the daily antidote of song, where we're just magical and changing the world one song at a time. I'm Kathy Bullock coming to you from Kentucky. Welcome to all of our people who joined us in Zoom today, those who are on the Facebook or YouTube. Just, you know, it's a fabulous day here. Oh, I'm so excited. Can you tell? Anyway, instead of our normal welcome where we would call each person out by name, we'll do that at the end because this is such a special day we have today. We want to use all of our time to hear from these fabulous women. So I will say welcome to all of you. We have in the house the UK, that's United Kingdom, y'all. Welcome. We have Texas and, of course, Kentucky, because I'm here, and others, and New Mexico and Canada, and a whole bunch more. Woo! It is a beautiful day. Take a deep breath with me and breathe out. Why? Because we can, y'all. Because we can. We have another great day to celebrate. Today we are honoring the memory and all of the impact of a phenomenal singer, activist, Malvina Reynolds. You're going to hear a lot more about her legacy by these wonderful women. And I'm going to start by having Aileen Vance coming to us from Santa Cruz to bring it all in. Join me in welcoming Aileen. Take it away.
Oh my gosh, thank you for that fabulous welcome. And what the world needs now is love. Kathy Bullock, you're awesome. Hello, everyone. Good morning to Daily Antidote of Song Day 1601. Let's hear it for the continuance of this amazing song medicine. Yeah. I'm here today with two of my favorite people in the entire world to celebrate the birthday of someone we stand on her shoulders. She inspires us continually. One of my earliest inspirations as a singer and a songwriter, Malvina Reynolds. And I have with me in the room, it's such a special day because we have Nancy Schimmel, Malvina's daughter, who is also a fabulous singer and songwriter and storyteller. Just an incredible person, and her cohort in Oakland, California. Nancy's in Berkeley, I'm in Santa Cruz, and Bonnie Lockhart in Oakland, California, also a fabulous songwriter, storyteller, children's musician. And Bonnie and Nancy are co-founders of the Plum City Players, which was a wonderful Saturday afternoon children's group in Berkeley. They are also co-founders of a group called Acapella, which they'll tell you about a little bit more when they sing and speak, which is a street corner choir dedicated to activism. And they write a lot of the songs that the street corner choir sings. So today we are going to bring you a couple of songs, and then we're going to have a little bit of a discussion about Malvina and why she's important to us. And Nancy's going to reminisce and share a little bit of her personal memories of this incredible life that she's had with the legacy of Malvina Reynolds. And then after that, we'll share another song and celebrate just a little bit more this wonderful day on this planet with a lot of hope. So Bonnie Lockhart, take it away. What have you got for us?
We're going to sing Magic Penny, which Nancy and I sang hundreds of times because it was our theme song in the Plum City Players. So please do join in with me. Love is something if you give it away, give it away, give it away. Love is something if you give it away, you end up having more. Oh, it's just like a magic penny, hold it tight and you don't have any. Lend it, spend it, and you have so many, they roll all over the floor. For love is something if you give it away, give it away, give it away. You say love is something if you give it away, you end up having more. Now money's dandy if you like to use it, but love is better if you don't refuse it. It's a treasure and you'll never lose it unless you lock up your door. For love is something if you give it away, give it away, give it away. Love is something if you give it away. You end up having more. So let's go dance until the break of day. If there's a piper, we can pay. But love is something if you give it away. You end up having more. Oh, love is something if you give it away. Give it away, give it away. Love is something if you give it away. You end up having more. En español, amor es algo. El amor es algo que tú puedes dar, que tú puedes dar, que tú puedes dar. El amor es algo que tú puedes dar y así tendrás tú más. Love is something if you give it away. Give it away, give it away. Love is something if you give it away. You end up having more. A song that gives a lot of love away.
Oh my goodness. How many things can you say when you give it away? You have more. So clear and succinct. I remember that. Thank you for ushering us in with this song about love. I'm so excited. We're going to move to Nancy, who's going to share with us next. Take it away, Nancy.
I'm going to sing a song that my mother wrote in 1964. She was born in 1900, so it's very easy to track how old she was whenever she did or the world did any particular thing. So this is God Bless the Grass. God bless the grass. Oh, and it has a line. It doesn't have a real chorus, but it has a line repeats. God bless the grass repeats at the end of each verse, so you'll pick it up. God bless the grass that grows through the crack. They roll the concrete over it to try and keep it back. The concrete gets tired of what it has to do. It breaks and it buckles and the grass grows through. And God bless the grass. God bless the truth that fights toward the sun. They roll the lies over it and think that it is done. It moves through the ground and reaches for the air, and after a while it is growing everywhere. And God bless the grass. God bless the grass that grows through cement. It's green and it's tender and it's easily bent. But after a while it lifts up its head, for the grass is living and the stone is dead. And God bless the grass. God bless the grass that's gentle and low. Its roots, they are deep, and its will is to grow. And God bless the truth, the friend of the poor, and the wild grass growing at the poor man's door. And God bless the grass.
God bless the grass. Wow, that is so deep. The imagery of that, as I think about the power of grass, these little blades, and how they punch through concrete and they move through, even though they're green and tender and easily bent. They're living and they move forward through the dead rock and stuff. Powerful, powerful. Oh my gosh. Thank you so much, Nancy. Wow. Woo. Okay, my mind's going boo. But before I say another word, I'm going to turn it to Aileen.
I loved hearing that reaction, Kathy, that pow. Nancy, I was remembering we had a discussion, you, Bonnie, and I, about what songs we might pick for today. And we picked these songs maybe about 5 weeks ago. And as everyone knows, about 4 weeks ago, maybe our mood changed just a little bit. So I'm hearing these songs really differently now than I was when we talked about them. But one of the things, Nancy, that you talked about was the the misconception that people have about that song, God Bless the Grass. Do you want to talk a little bit about that what that was about?
Someone used that song in an environmental songbook and just used the two grass verses and didn't use the two truth verses. Now, it would still, the whole song you could think of as an environmental song because the oil companies were lying to us for a long time. Um, but it was really a song about truth, and it was written, I wanted to say it was written in 1964 because it was written about the controversy after the assassination of John F. Kennedy, and that people were trying to find the truth of whether the assassin had acted alone or not. And it was after my mother had read some of that that she wrote God Bless the Grass. So, and writing songs using abstract words like truth doesn't really get into the listener the way using something concrete like grass does. So grass is really a metaphor in this song, although it's something, we admire for itself, but it's also standing for.
Thank you,
That
Nancy.
persistence for the truth.
Yes, thank you. That really gives us much deeper and broader understanding of what the story is to the grass. And I love you saying, Aileen, that, maybe within the last couple of weeks, our attitudes, many of us, might have changed. And so we hear the same songs different. It's something about that hope. It's something about
it,
that
yeah.
love and truth all mixed up together that just invites us to go high.
Yeah, my favorite line of that song, Nancy, is God bless the truth that fights toward the sun. And I think of, actually what I was thinking of when we first talked about it was freedom of the press and the journalists who keep trying to tell the truth and the real threat that they will be suppressed for telling the truth. So I had that idea of the journalists underneath the cement and then the truth still, coming up.
And as a former librarian myself, all the librarians who are being suppressed in their choice of books.
Wow. Yeah. Bonnie, you want to jump into this discussion? And I know we have some beautiful photos that Nancy picked for us to look at. Bonnie, when you chose Magic Penny, that song resonates for so many different reasons for all of us, but it may be one of her most famous songs. The other one that maybe a lot of people don't know is a Malvina Reynolds song that's one of her most famous songs. She wrote so many good ones. We could go on all day singing them. But her song Turn Around was actually the first Malvina song I ever heard, and I heard it as a Kodak camera and film commercial. The song about, I assume it was about Nancy growing up and turning into an adult.
Yeah.
So
when I was in college, so yeah, it was.
Bonnie, you want to unmute?
Sure. Well, that song "Magic Penny" is very special to me in so many ways, and I sing it a lot. I taught it last week. We learned it from Jose Luis Orozco in Spanish, and then we learned it from one of our guest storytellers when we were doing children's shows, who was great at sign language, and she taught us in sign language, and I'm sure it's been translated into dozens of languages. One of Malvina's great gifts was writing songs that were good for all ages. That song you can sing with 2-year-olds, you can sing it with 12-year-olds, and you can sing it with all the ages that are on the screen today. And that's a real gift, to write a song that doesn't talk down to little children, and it just works with all generations.
Yeah, beautiful. Joe, do you want to put the screen share on? And Nancy, just tell us a little bit about each photo. We have them in chronological order. So.
Yeah. I don't know when this was taken, but my mother's hair started turning gray when she was around in her 30s. So this is pretty young. And before she was a songwriter, well, she did a little bit of songwriting, But she was a journalist, a poet. She was writing really all her life, but she got into songwriting seriously a little late. Yeah, so this is her pre-songwriting days.
And that picture is actually in Santa Cruz, where I'm from. Did we figure out that's taken in front of one of the bungalows down by the beach? Is that what we...
I'm not sure where, but it's probably Santa Cruz because one of my Santa Cruz cousins sent it to me. I had a great aunt in Santa Cruz that I spent summers with when my mother was working in a bomb casing factory during the Second World War.
And we'll go to the next photo. I love that photo.
This is after we moved to Long Beach. I grew up in Berkeley, and then we moved to Long Beach, California, and we're in our front yard looking across the street, my mother and me. And the next one is a fabulous memory for me. My mother was asked to tour in Japan singing, and I asked if I could go along, and they said yes. So I got to spend 7 weeks in Japan with my mother, traveling all around. And mostly I didn't sing with her, but a few songs I did sing with her.
Do you know what year that was?
That was 1970.
Wow.
I was 35. And this was taken in front of my mother's house in Berkeley. We moved back to Berkeley. And this was taken by her sister, her younger sister, who was a professional photographer.
Wow. And that's sort of the image that those of us who are familiar with Malvina and heard Malvina in concert, that's the image that we're familiar with. The glasses, the white hair, the guitar, that strong woman presence. And so her craft as a lyricist is so carefully honed. She was very careful with the way she used words. And I know one of the ways I became so much more aware of that was one time I sang for Nancy a song I was working on that by her mother called I Cannot Sleep. And at the end of me singing it, Nancy said, actually, the lyrics are, and I can't remember now what line it was, but one of the things Nancy told me was alliteration was also something that her mother used a lot to move a line along. And I had somehow learned it without any of those beautiful descriptive words that Malvina had chose. Somehow it got folk processed out of the song for me. And so putting them back in made the song much more powerful. And I started looking at the lyrics of her songs that way and realizing how precise the lyrics are. So that's something that we can all, that's part of her legacy. Not only was she politically astute, but she was also a very skillful craftsperson when it came to writing songs.
I'd like to give a shout out to the Malvina Lyric website that was started by a librarian. Yay, librarians. now my daughter is keeping it up. It's malvinareynolds.com, and it has lyrics to hundreds of her songs that someone typed up and I proofread. So many of the lyrics you find online are wrong. And we've really tried to make this accurate. And there's also a little history about Magic Penny, because the way we sing it is not the way she wrote it. She changed it as it was being used for different things, and it ended up the way we know it, but it started out a little different. So you get some things like that also on the website.
Is that the website that's housed by the University of Kentucky? Is that the one?
It's moved now. My daughter is yes, but that's where it started.
Yeah, that's fabulous. And you'll find so many of Malvina's other songs there, songs that you know maybe from other artists, like What Have They Done to the Rain and Little Boxes, which has been done all over the world and in different languages. So,
And endlessly parodied, including by me.
yeah, you've shared quite a few parodies of Little Boxes that have been done over the years by other people that have just been fabulous.
Yeah.
So, Bonnie, come back into the discussion group with us. There you are. Talk a little bit about the way Malvina shaped what you do and how you do it.
Well, I do have one story. When in the late '60s, I edited a book of women's songs, and I, of course, wanted to have some Malvina songs in it, and I admired her so much, but I was very shy about asking her if we could use her songs, which of course she was very, oh yeah, sure. And I went to see her, and I wanted to include World in Their Pocket, which we will sing with Aileen's great leadership soon. And so I went to her house, and I asked her if she had a lead sheet for it, and she said yes, and then she said, oh, Ruth, and she had like an assistant, and that was like so amazing to me that somebody had an assistant. And Ruth went and immediately found it, the lead sheet, in her files. And it was like, oh, if you want to do this, you have to take yourself seriously. It was like a very revelatory moment for me. And in fact, to this day, when I can't find things, I say, oh, Ruth!
Oh, Ruth!
Will you go find that file? And then I go over to my file cabinet and rummage around, or into my computer and rummage around. But anyway, that was a moment that I will never forget with Malvina.
I
That's
still
beautiful.
depend on Ruth.
Is that Ruth's filing cabinet behind you, Nancy?
No, now this is interesting. Her filing cabinet is in a storage space right now, and there are people coming next week to pack up all my mother's um, papers and tapes and all of that to take to the University of North Carolina to be archived in their Southern Folklife Center, so where it will be available for scholars. So that's a very big deal that's happening for me right now, and I'm going through my house trying to find things that need to be there, and it's a big thing. Yes.
That's amazing. That reminds me that I didn't ask you, and maybe a lot of people would like to hear this. You, for a long time, had your own website where you have been writing about Malvina, and there's a book that came from that, right?
No, there isn't.
Oh,
The website, yes, that's my blog where I've been, and I haven't been adding to it lately. I've just been overwhelmed with, getting the stuff together and stuff going on in my life and what's happening in the world. Just, So it is, I started to write a biography. I never meant to write a biography of my mother, but a folklorist who was doing it got post-polio syndrome and was unable to continue. And I took it up, and then I realized it was too much for me too. So I stepped back. But then another singer, David Heitler Clevens, gave me the idea of doing a children's biography of my mother, which I could do and makes sense to have one. So that's what I'll be working on next. But right now I'm working on a children's novel that I'm writing. So there's just kind of too much going on in my life.
May I say thank you, Nancy. Thank you, Aileen. Thank you, Bonnie. Just right now, I'm just filled with overflowing. These songs, many that I heard before, I did not know about the phenomenal person who wrote them. Thank you for sharing that with us. And thank you, Nancy, in the midst of living your life, to find time to pull all of these things together so that we may also continue to honor her legacy. I just had to throw that in there. Go right on.
I love that, Kathy. Yeah, we're getting to the time when we'll share one more song and then do something special with Kathy. I wanted to be sure to mention that there's another lesson that I learned from Nancy that I feel is a part of this whole discussion. And Nancy, I don't know if you remember this, but one time I went to your house. This was many years ago, probably a few decades ago. And I said to you, I don't know how you do as many things as you do, because to me, you seem like songs are just there and you just pick them out of the air and you're just doing all this stuff and you're always juiced. You know, you're always ready to go. And I said, how do you do all that? And you said, well, I decided a long time ago I could either clean my house or write songs. The choice is clear. And I think that is a good lesson for all of us, especially all of us women, that there's a choice to be made, and you should, you do have to clean your house once in a while maybe, but it's good to allow that time for the creative spirit to come through. We are getting to the end of our time together, but we're going to go a little bit over because it's a special day. So I'm going to share a song with you that Malvina wrote called World in Their Pocket. Let's hope I'm still in tune after all this beautiful discussion. And the chorus of this song is beautiful, and it makes you feel good no matter how bad things get. And this is a song a little bit about how sometimes it feels like those that got all the power and all the money might be running away with it all, but there's a little glimmer of hope. And that's what this song is about, I think. So, and Nancy wanted to make sure we know that this song was Malvina's anti-capitalism song. One of my favorites of hers, World in Their Pocket. Here's the chorus for you. We'll sing it once. I'll sing it once for you, and then we'll sing it together, and then we'll do the whole song. So here we go. They got the world in their pocket. Pocket, pocket, pocket. They got the world in their pocket, and they're up there in control. They got the world in their pocket. They can shake it, they can rock it, they can kick it for a goal. They got the world in their pocket, but their pocket's got a hole. There's inflation and pollution. Everything's been bought on credit in this rotten institution, and they waste the gentle people 'cause their system's got no soul. They've got the world in their pocket, but their pocket's got a hole. Here we go. They got the world. They got the world in their pocket. Repeat that. Pocket, pocket, pocket. They got the world in their pocket. Up there in control. And they're up there in control. They got the world in their pocket. They can shake it. They can rock it. They can kick it for a goal. They got the world in their pocket, but their pocket's got a hole. Unemployment is their glory. If 1 million children starve, why, that's an old familiar story. And there's rage, and there's rebellion, and there's grief from pole to pole. They've got the world in their pocket, but their pocket's got a hole. Here we go, they got the world. They got the world in their pocket. Pocket, pocket, pocket. They got the world in their pocket, and they're up up there in control. They got the world in their pocket. They can shake it, they can rock it, they can kick it for a goal. They got the world in their pocket. What? But their pocket's got a hole. Takes a war to keep them perking. And they have to bleed the world to keep their bloody system working. But the system's self-destructing while they play their gangster role. They've got the world in their pocket, but their pocket's got a hole. Last time, they got the world in their pocket. Pocket, pocket, pocket. They got the world in their pocket, and they're up there in control. They got the world in their pocket. They can shake it, they can rock it, they can kick it for a goal. They got the world in their pocket, but their pocket's got a hole.
World in their pocket. Wow, wow, and wow. Woo! I just feel the influence and the power of Malvina. Thank you for helping us do that so clearly today on the date of her birth that we're celebrating today. Her impact, there are folks all over the UK who know these songs, all over parts of the world. They're in all kinds of collections like Rise Up and Singing that have all these songs by this phenomenal woman. And look, we get to sing some of and share some of that today. Wow, wow. So we have to say happy birthday and sing it specifically for Malvina. Thank you for that, Aileen. Thank you, Nancy. Thank you, Bonnie. And let's sing happy birthday. Happy birthday to ya. Happy birthday to ya. Happy birthday, happy birthday to ya. Happy birthday to ya. Happy birthday. Happy birthday, Malvina. Happy birthday. Happy birthday. Everybody, here we go. Happy birthday to ya. Happy birthday to ya. Happy birthday. Happy birthday to ya. Happy birthday to ya. Happy birthday, Malvina. Thank you all so much. Wow. Wow and double wow. Oh, I have just chills my arms as I'm thinking about the power of what Malvina Reynolds has brought to us. And through that, her daughter, Nancy, and all that she has done, Aileen and the power she's brought, and Bonnie, what she has brought in this time of specially revived hope and love and excitement for moving forward. Thank you for taking us back as we move forward. Wow! We rock today, y'all. I think we'll have to say this is the pause for today as we move forward. I was last week with a singing camp, and they had a supra, a Georgian supra, which is a wonderful feast banquet which involves sharing and thanksgiving. And he says, we never say it's ended. We only say it's paused until the next time we resume. So that's what we're doing right now, just pausing. Thank you again. Please join me, everybody, in a wonderful thank you. Thank you, woo, woo, to Aileen in Santa Cruz, Nancy in Berkeley, and Bonnie in Oakland, California, and the Acapella Group. And you want to find out more about Miss Reynolds, then please look it up in her website. Now, wait a minute. What was that, Aileen? What was the website? MalvinaReynolds.com. To look up the lyrics and find out more. It's a lot of good stuff going on. Thank you, thank you. I think I have to say see you later to all of you now at this time. And so I will begin. Happy birthday. Thank you, thank you, thank you, Nancy. Thank you, Aileen. Thank you, Bonnie. Thank you, Joe, for just being our fearless leader and our visionary. Thank you, Arlene. Oh, I love that. Thank you. Happy birthday to Malvina. Thank you, Paulina in the UK for joining us. Marnie from Charlottesville. Susan from Cincinnati. Dory. Thank you for that birthday. Kendall. Sue Miller from Seattle. Bonnie from Idaho. Thank you. Joanne. Thanks for being with us. Deborah in Kentucky, right down the road a piece. Lots of love. Nashville from Anne, who is now in Ontario. Thank you. Aaron, who is our tech person, our mighty tech person. Thank you for all that you do. Just love to Aaron. Luda from Victoria. Welcome. Thank you for joining us. Kathleen in Albuquerque. Sarah in Texas. Cricket, hey. Mabel and the Bears in Massachusetts. Annette in California. Athena, Brooklyn. Bob in Albany. Thanks for joining us. Carolyn in D.C. Kathy from Colorado. Now I have to to turn to my next page to say thank you for all the rest of the folks. Let me see where we got Becky. Hey, Becky. Hi, Linda in Orcas Island. Trish from Victoria. Carolyn Bombozzi. She reminds me again. Woo! I see Kamala celebrating Malvina. Yes. Bob from Massachusetts. Hey. Deli from Maryland. Linda from Concord. Gary, who I just saw a little while ago when I was up in Massachusetts. Storm from Massachusetts. Zoomiverse. Hi, always good to see you. And in Silver Spring, Aloysius from Massachusetts or somewhere in that particular screen. Hold on from the British Columbia. Thank you for joining us. And Karen, thank you. Claire also from Santa Cruz. Carol from Connecticut. Nan Louise from Santa Cruz. Oh, Santa Cruz is in the house. And let's see, you have Kat from Vermont and then from Connecticut. All of you on Facebook who are joining us on YouTube, big thank you, big hello. Sending you lots of love from the Daily Antidote of Song, hoping that something we have said or done has ignited you as you move through your day. It surely has done that for me. Blessings.
And thank you, Kathy from Berea, Kentucky.
Yes, thank you.